welcome back to ThinkTech. I'm Jay Fidell. It's a Given Tuesday. And guess what? We're doing Restaurants of Hawaii with Sheryl Matsuoka. She is the Executive Director of the Restaurant Association of Hawaii. Make that the Hawaii Restaurant Association. Okay? So Sheryl, very interesting discussion. We are at an inflection point. It's a good inflection point. We have Sarah Nguyen with us, and she runs a pizza takeout, pizza restaurant place in Pearl City, Pearl Shopping Center. Yeah. Okay, and Sheryl, I think you have to give her a better introduction than I just did. And you also have to scope out the show, okay? Ready, Sheryl, go.
Thank you so much, Jay, for this opportunity. Again, my name is Sheryl Matsuoka, the Executive Director of the Hawaii Restaurant Association. I wanted to introduce Sarah Nguyen. Sarah is not only on our board of directors, but she is incoming chairwoman. She is also the owner of Pizza Press in Pearl City. Everybody go out and visit her. She has dine-in and takeout. And she also has beer on tap and all the fun stuff, Jay. Today, we're talking about how now Hawaii is really, from the nation, we're 7th in the highest of the states that have been vaccinated. So as of today, fully vaccinated, we're at 16% of our population. Today's conversation is all about get vaccinated, get educated. When you become vaccinated, the whole community can then move around more freely. You know, Sarah and I were looking at the CDC guidelines, and it basically says, Jay, once I get my second shot, which will be this week, then in 2 weeks, you and I can actually start socializing because you've had your vaccine, I've had my vaccine, we'll be more freely to be out and about. And, you know, right now our restaurants are in tier 3, Jay. So the good thing is we're seeing more and more people coming out. So with more and more people coming out, we just want to be sure that people are doing it safely and the vaccines are available.
So to go a little further than that, so if I'm a restaurant owner or staff member, I can get a vaccine right now.
Yes. Yes, I've been pushing out all the information. If anybody would like the information of how to get their vaccine, because you're in the food service industry. So Jay, that means not only our restaurants, but it's our suppliers and all the distributors. They also fall within the food distributors. So we're the food service industry. So our website, hawaiirestaurant.org, all they have to do is email me and I can provide all the information of what they need to do. The Department of Health has really been working with us, and we're getting the news out to all of our restaurateurs of how to make the appointment for your employees to get them vaccinated.
Yeah, that's great. That it creates a sense of safety that people have to be encouraged by. Now, your patrons though of restaurants, you said 16% of the whole state has been vaccinated. So not everyone, but a fair number of your patrons have also been vaccinated. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Let's turn. Go ahead.
And then there's the other stat, which is how many people have gotten the first shot, the first dose, and it's just waiting for the second dose, like me. So I fall into the 27.99, so 28%. So soon, by April 1, we'll be getting more and more people vaccinated and more people moving freely, around the state.
Okay, now we're going to look at Pizza Press. Sarah, how'd you get into the pizza business? Did you wake up one morning and say, gee, I can make uku bucks doing pizza?
Exactly. That was, I woke up and I'm hungry. I want to do pizza. No, it's, so my husband and I, we've always wanted to have our own business. We talked about it for 14, 15 years. And finally we said, let's do it. And so the Pizza Press is a franchise. My husband used to work for Disneyland in California. And the very first Pizza Press was across from Disneyland in Anaheim. And it was always a place that we had a great time at, great service, great food. And so whenever we decided to have a business, we reached out to them, they franchised. And so we're here. It's the first location in Hawaii. We've been open for 2 years.
And exactly where are you?
We're at Pearl Highland Center. So we're on the 3rd floor, across from the movie theater and across from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Great. Okay. So let's look at a snapshot at what it was like in, say, January, February 2020. before we ran into COVID. What was happening? How big were you? What kind of what kind of appeal you had? What kind of following you had?
Okay. Well, for us, we're first-time business owners, and so for the first year, it was just working out the kinks and getting labor down, getting inventory down, and getting customers, and so in January, we're like, this is good. We're getting it, and so super excited. We started out January and February very strong, and then COVID.
Mhm.
And so it's been challenging. And the first shutdown for us, we took a 70% hit to our business, and it took a while to build it back up. We stayed open throughout of what we were allowed to do. So we did takeout only, and takeout wasn't cutting it. It just wasn't. And so when we moved to tier two, I'm sorry, it couldn't have come at a better time. We can work with 5 people coming in, and so business started picking back up, and we were able to get to at the end of last year back to about 20%. To 20% is good, but when you're still having to pay 100% of your rent, it's still challenging. So being at tier three for the past 2 weeks, super encouraging. It's been busy. It's great to see the families with young kids. That was our meat and potatoes, and so to see them, it's very encouraging, very exciting.
That's what you like, isn't it? It's the kids, it's the families, it's all that social thing that happens with a restaurant like this, no?
It is. And so for us, what we added recently was we added partitions actually to our restaurant at the bar side and at the on the lobby. And 9 out of 10 folks, they go straight to where the partitions are. And so that's been good. And the families, they go directly to that area. It's protected. They're able to come and have a great time with the kids. So it's been good. The kids are running around, they're smiling. And that's what it was at the height of what we were doing.
How many tables do you have?
We have probably about, let's see, 20 tables, something like that. Our capacity is about a little over 100.
So you had to stop all the tables during the time of only takeout during 2020? Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, that was
we
hard
did
on you,
that.
sure, yeah.
It was really tough, and for me, I am always looking at what to do next. And so one of the good things that we were able to do
You're
was
actively
do.
involved in the management of this business, aren't you?
I'm
Are you
there.
more or less actively involved than your husband is?
I'm actively involved because he still has his other. He works for Hawaii Gas, so he has a job. So he's keeping
All right,
he's helping
okay.
us. I am here a lot. But one of the things that as far as with COVID was we were able to do off premise alcohol, which is great. That added $1,000 to our sales on the weekend. So every bit helps. Every bit helps. We're just
Sure.
trying to get to that point where that we're back to what we were doing before. So that was tough. I'm glad we're at tier three and hopefully at tier four soon.
So when you went into the lockdown last year, did you have to reduce your staff? Did you have to acquire new properties to run the business? Tell me about the issues of the change that you had to make.
Yes. So for us, a few things that we did. Yes, the staff. I have to give it to my staff. They are resilient to be positive whenever, And I told them, I appreciate you during these times, and then they kept the customer service up. But we did operate on a skeletal crew, and we had to make changes to our schedule, and so we got to keep all of them, and we did. There's a few things as far as with running a business. There's staff where we could be able to have control over. We could reduce it. We've been operating on a skeletal crew. There's inventory where we could be able to reduce with the reduced sales. The tough part is rent. That's something we do not have control over.
Nobody
So
gave you a break on rent.
we got a delay in a couple months, but we're having to pay it back. So I think, as far as with us, having support and relief, as far as on the rent side would be great.
Did you get a loan from the CARES Act last year?
We got, as far as with the PPP, we did take advantage. We did get to benefit from that, so that was good, and that helped out. Look, every bit helps. My husband is a CPA. He does the numbers. I'm the marketing arm of the business, and we're a team effort, and we're looking at the numbers all the time. We're looking at how we're doing, what's working, what's not working. So we're hustling. We're we're business owners. We're entrepreneurs. Failing is not an option.
You know, Sheryl, you must be very impressed with Sarah. She does not, take wooden nickels. She's determined, and she's going to solve these issues no matter what. Is she emblematic? Is she a good example of a restaurateur in, say, in Honolulu or in the state, or is she maybe more energetic than most? What do you think?
She's way more energetic, way more positive. She's been doing this now. How many years, Sarah? 2 years you've been in the industry. She's still, still got that enthusiasm. And Jay, as I've said in the past, restaurateurs are resilient. Even in a pandemic, it will not deter their passion. And their passion is, like she said, to see families coming in, enjoying a meal together, right? And that's what it's all about. And Sarah is really the epitome of that restaurateur. And restaurateurs love to see people enjoying food, Jay. And it's like when you and I eventually will go out, because I'll take my second shot and then we'll be all safe. We've been talking to a lot of restaurateurs, and they enjoy just seeing people have pleasure from
Yeah.
having a meal.
Isn't that true? Isn't
Yes.
that true? That's the mark of a restaurateur, to expand your own kitchen, so to speak, like
Yeah.
that. So Sarah, what is it about Pizza Press? I told you when we started before the show that it suggested to me it's a thin crust. And I love I could eat thin crust pizza until I explode. That's how I feel about thin crust. So is that what it is? Pizza Press?
Yes. So the Pizza Press, the theme is a 1920s newspaper theme. So we have signature pizzas that are named after newspapers: the Sun, the Herald, the Times. And also we have build your own pizza, which is a lot of fun. So it's over 50 ingredients to choose from. We make our dough fresh daily. And on the other side, we have a bar side where we have 24 beers on tap. So supporting local, a lot of local beers that we carry. And so we have salads, wings, so different options, lots to choose from.
This is all made available by the franchisor then. That's pretty impressive. That's a very creative system. Query, how did the franchisor do? Remember that, COVID affected the mainland too, even affected, what you say, Disneyland? So query, how did they do?
It's challenging for them. The original location, which the founder of the Pizza Press, he owns that location. So with Disneyland not being open, I believe they're opening up the end of April, but with them being closed, they took a huge hit. And as far as for California, I believe they can't dine in. So it's only dining outside. And so we're lucky we live in Hawaii. We're lucky that we're able to be in tier 3, and we have diners coming in. And so I know for the other locations in the mainland, they're having more challenges than us. So.
Well, were they able to help you during the 2020, your franchisor? I'm not sure. Every franchise is different, of course. But did you ever need a break from them? Did they ever give you a break on franchise costs, expenses, fees, what have you?
We did ask, and unfortunately, no, we did not, as far as with a break. But what they did provide to us was I had a marketing team that supported us, and more important than ever, to be involved with social media, to be able to come up with materials for us to be able to post. So I'm very active on social media, Instagram, Facebook. I'm doing videos just to get our customers engaged and let them know what we're doing. So they've helped us with that. They've also helped us with, on our side, what we've done is we started to do trivia. We have live music. So just bringing a sense of normalcy back in a safe environment. So we do get pretty busy during those times. And what we do is we have reservations. And so we do cap it. We have reservations. And then as far as with having everybody seated, to make sure that it's a safe environment.
Yeah, well, that's the big thing. So So now it comes time when you can get vaccinated and boy, Sheryl, you must be happy about this. And also vaccinated and also is reopening. Wow, a combination of events. So in order to do that, Sarah, what was it like to ramp back up? You had to hire new staff. You needed to put plastic partitions in, I guess, at some point. You needed to change anything. I mean, what did you have to do on the morning you woke up and now you had this great prospect of reopening? That sounds like making a list of about 10 things and saying, go, go, go. What happened? What did you do?
I do have a list. So I do have a list of a lot of things that we need to do. Nothing changed as far as with the processes, what we were doing. Like for us, we're pretty, for me to open up as a restaurant and there's a lot of responsibility to making sure that the place is safe. We're always stocked on sanitizers, cleaners, gloves. We have, as far as our staff, 5-minute powwows. This is what the thing is. And as far as with ramping up, it has been busy, and I feel so bad. Our staff, they're standing up, and so we do have we're going to put up our for hire sign, and we posted it on social media. We are hiring, and the staff has been really great for the past 2 weeks, but I don't want to they've been working a lot. They've been putting a lot of hours in. Unfortunately, we are able to, it's a good position to be in. We are hiring. And so that's kind of where we're at, continuing to do what we do, the quality of customer service that we provide, the quality of the food, making sure that the place is safe and clean. We just need more people.
Yeah. Well, is it a problem finding them? It could be that there's a lot of restaurants. Sheryl, you take note of this. There's a lot of restaurants looking for restaurant staff all at the same time. So that sounds like a competition for staff. Is it?
It's a very much a competition for staff. I've heard of some restaurants that are actually, encouraging people to come in, and they give them like special, like employee meal, you have special deals, and that's how you entice, right? Especially because you want people to come in that are going to work hard for you and be honest and reliable. So yes, it has been very tough to find employees in some of the locations as we're ramping back up again and tourism is coming back.
Yeah, very important. By the way, this is a side question, Sarah, but your staff, do they get pizza? Do you provide them with pizza at all? Because if they do, I may want to apply.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. You get if you're a lead, you get a free pizza or a salad on your shift, and if you're editor, you get 50% off, which is still a good deal. So yes, we are hiring for an editor, and so yes, you could send in your resume. You're hired. You're hired. Actually, I'm going to hire you on the spot.
Wow. This is a new chapter. I need a new chapter. So what have you learned? What lessons did you with some effort, of course, learned during COVID that you carry forward? Is there something, and this happens in every industry and everybody I know. Learn a few things and you say, gee, this is a good idea. I think I'll do this after COVID. Anything fall in that category for you?
What I've learned, one thing I'd say is gratitude. We're very appreciative of our customers that are coming in. They're saying, I'm coming to support you. I want to make sure that your doors are open. Our staff, that they're so resilient, and so they keep me, wanting to continue to fight this fight, and it reinforces that I love what I do. You have to be in a people business, and to continue, we do have rights for another location. So it is right now may not be a good time, but we are as far as we're looking forward to the future, a second location for the Pizza Press.
That sounds like it's a great idea, and maybe the time is coming soon, even as tourism and the restaurant industry opens up. So you talked about marketing.
And I also heard, Jay, that a lot of the landlords are now ready to negotiate for all those open vacant spaces that are in their, commercial real estate, right?
Yes.
As you see when you drive around. I mean, I saw pictures about even Sears at the Windward Mall. Was it Windward Mall, Sears, or was it Pearl Ridge?
Pearl
Ridge?
I think Pearl Ridge.
Right, it's all empty, Jay.
Okay.
So there was
Yeah.
pictures. So right now, commercial, you're right, commercial real estate, it's a good,
Okay.
it's a good time, Jay.
Okay. We'll have
Yeah.
to reach out and get
Yeah, this
together.
is the time when you can make the best deal,
Negotiate.
and ramp up on it so that you're ready for the crowd. So you talked about marketing, and you handle the marketing, and I suspect there's some marketing background in your education in some way, or a natural propensity, either way or both, to market. And you talked about social media, which is a gee, I don't know if every restaurant in the state does social media, but certainly it's a good idea to do that, especially now. So my
Uh-huh.
question is, you're on a marketing campaign, Sarah, and the marketing campaign is to say what you've been saying, that we are safe, yeah? Which I think is critical and puts you actually ahead of the crowd. So what do you say, and where do you say it? Unpack that for me. Tell me your marketing secrets.
My marketing, I don't know secrets, but as I mentioned, it was, every customer that comes in, I'm thanking them. We're very appreciative, and so the biggest compliment for us is whenever we see repeat customers, when we see them bring their family and friends, and I thank them. I'm there pretty often, so I get to know people's names, and so for us, a lot of it, when we see repeat customers, they tell their friends about it, and it's a word of mouth. We live in Hawaii, and so we've done that. I would say, as far as the social media, it's here to stay. So a lot of people, they're working from home, they're home at they're distance learning, and so a lot of people are on their phones, and so we make sure that we are present as far and active on Instagram and on Facebook, and so it's been good. We're going to continue that, and then I'm not sure if you read my resume. My background is in marketing, so I did get my degree in marketing.
Well, I knew that. Intuitively, I knew that. So okay, are you using print press? Are you using television? Are you using things other than social media to get the word out about your, call it safety initiative?
I'd say with marketing, it's not a one trick pony. It is so we diversify. We have advertised on our local TV with KITV. We have been on radio, and we're scheduled some more radio time, and it's everything. It is no pebble is going to be left unturned. And so word of mouth, Instagram, Facebook, TV, print, radio.
Yeah, I'm sorry I can't offer you an ad, but we're a nonprofit. Instead, we'll just talk about you. So, okay, but you have learned to do takeout in 2020, and I'm sure you've learned a lot of lessons about how to do that effectively. And are you going to continue? Are you continuing to do takeout? Because there are people who have not come out yet. They're
Uh-huh.
still buying. They're still buying their restaurant food on a takeout basis. So, are you going to continue to do that? Are you continuing now to do that? How much of your total business is in takeout? As
Uh-huh.
opposed to the way it was in, say, 2019.
That is a very good question, because before we didn't do that much takeout, and it was actually a learning experience, with the staff, because once we're doing what we do, we build the pizza, and we have the customers there telling kind of this, do that. But when we're ordering online, when you have we're build your own, you have 10 ingredients on there. We're making sure, the last thing you want is a customer that doesn't have their banana peppers that's not on the pizza. So they get very disappointed. So we check that 3 times before it goes out. So that learning curve, as far as with third party, we're set up on all of it. Uber Eats, Postmates, Grubhub, Bite Squad. So on all of those, and it's here to stay. And even before COVID, our corporate location, they were pushing us as far as with this is it. The millennials and the younger people, that's how they're ordering, and so it is here to stay. And it actually helped us during COVID to be able to have those sales that we didn't. And as far as with currently, it is lower than when it was takeout only. So currently we're about 20%, and we do continue to have the takeout.
Can you talk about your website? Because websites, here at ThinkTech, we care a lot about websites. We think about websites. Was the website, you had, say, pre-COVID, did you change that for COVID? Are you changing it now? How sophisticated is it? Is this part of the franchise, or did you develop this yourself?
As far as with that, so corporate, we are tied to corporate as far as with the website. I would like to have our own. We don't have our own, and if we had our own, we would be able to be more robust. So that is something that we are working towards. Hawaii is different. We have a different offering, and we hope to be able to add to go wines and beers to it. And so by being attached to the corporate, which is an overall, we're not allowed to do that. But that is something that we are talking about, and I think that it would be good and beneficial for us.
I
The
can see it
technology of
now.
it, that's the way to go.
Mochi pizza. I can see it. Yeah.
I like our mochi pizza or poke pizza. That one of
Oh,
those.
that would be great.
Okay.
So the point is that I can go online with this website from my house, and I can build my pizza from the website, right? Online.
Yes.
That's really important to a lot of people. And I totally agree with you. It's important that when you build that way, the pizza comes that way, not missing any ingredients and so forth.
Yes.
What about delivery? Have you incorporated delivery into your systems?
So we don't do our own. It's all with third party. That is one thing that I am working towards as far as with doing our own delivery. We're not quite there yet. And so we do have, as far as with ordering, our customers could be able to order online. We do have an app that could be able to order on the app. And we do not do our own delivery. That is something that we are looking into.
Okay, well, I know you're going to find new things, and you're not only things in the recipes and the online building process, but in dealing with customers and making the place great, because you're on a roll somehow. This has put you on a roll, hasn't it, Sarah? You're definitely on a roll, don't you think?
There is momentum, and it's been tough for the past year, and I am tired. I am exhausted. I've been fighting it for the past year, and to be able to see a light at the end of the tunnel, it's very encouraging. So my energy, yes, we could feel it from your laptop right here. But yes, I'm super excited. I'm very energetic, and really looking forward to 2021. And I think it's gonna be good.
And Knockwood going to be a big year. So Sheryl, you mentioned early on that Sarah was a member of the board of the Hawaii Restaurant Association. Tell me why you included her. I think I already know what kind of a board member she's been, and what have you asked the board to do to help you?
So the Hawaii Restaurant Association Board of Directors is very active. The one topic that Sarah did touch about was the alcohol to go. So we were really instrumental when we met with Governor Ige in February. This is even before, but we could see the wave coming across the nation. We had asked him for out spirits to go. And he looked at us and he kind of hesitated, but luckily we were able to get the emergency order passed. We're hoping that we can work on this to be a permanent guideline of the
Be
state.
good.
Right, but that's another thing that the
That
Hawaii.
sounds like a great idea anyway. Yeah.
Right. But before it was illegal to do, Jay. You couldn't,
Yeah.
once you open that bottle, you cannot hand it to somebody. It had to be sealed and then you can hand it to someone. So yes, those are the things that Hawaii Restaurant Association does for the industry, and that was coming from one of our government relations lead. And he is actually in a fast food chain that doesn't even sell alcohol, but he cares so much about the industry that he asked Governor Ige. I was sitting right there when he asked, could you please consider, Governor Ige, while we're in the takeout only and you're going to shut down the dining rooms, consider additional asking if we could do takeout for spirits. Sarah's been an excellent board of director. She has been very active. Everybody on our board, as you know, are people, because we're people pleasers. We're in the restaurant industry. We're people, right? So we enjoy being around people.
Okay, and Sarah, what has this directorship done for you? I mean, what does it mean to you? Why did you do it? I mean, it means work. It always means work, even if they tell you it doesn't really work. It means work.
It's easy. No.
And what has the HRA done for you and your business?
Well, I was a member before, and I just wanted to be more involved. I wanted to learn, I wanted to grow. And so being a part of the board, just being a first time business owner, it's tough. And I just wanted to be able to, network and get to know these folks that are heavy hitters in the industry. And I'm so glad I did when I did. I jumped into it and I said, I'm not sure if I'm quite ready, but I need help. And so it was the perfect time of when I did. They've been so supportive. There's grants and various different things that have helped us for the past year that I wouldn't have known about if I wasn't a part of the Hawaii Restaurant Association. So that part has been great. And as far as with being involved, it's fun. We're a people, and so it's been nice to be able to meet and get together. And as far as with Hawaii and the restaurants, what we could be able to do to support the restaurant industry out there. And there's a lot of things Sheryl and her team's doing. And so thank you so much, Sheryl, for all you do. So appreciate it.
And also the directors support each other, Jay. When Sarah first joined our board, one of our past chairmen, because he had heard she was out there, so he drove to go to her location just to support and say, I just want to support you if there's anything I can do to help you, Sarah. And he is what is he, 4 decades in the restaurant industry, so he's got a lot of experience.
Yeah. No, it's Sheryl. When Tom came that day, I've been working double shifts for the past couple of weeks, and it meant a lot. It meant a lot that he took the time to come see me and check how I was doing. So it meant a lot to me.
That's great. We're almost out of time, Sarah, so I want to ask you to leave whatever takeaway or takeout you wish to leave.
Takeaway, takeout, yes.
with our viewers. What would you like them to think as we close the show?
I would say go support your local business, support local, and more than ever, to these restaurants and vaccinated. If to get vaccinated, I got vaccinated last week, and it was an easy process to making sure that the restaurants are safe and to come out and see your friends and family. And the more we're vaccinated, the more we're able to get to some sort of normalcy. So,
yeah, it strikes me that if you tell me that you're safe and you tell me all the ways, and you're marketing that, all the ways you're safe, then that is good. And I should go to a restaurant that does that because I want to feel safe. And I want them to take the steps necessary to actually be safe. So, you can vote, the public, can vote with your feet on this issue and raise all the votes, which is what we should do. So, Sheryl,
exactly.
I always charge you, Sheryl, with summarizing and giving us wisdom from the HRA. Why don't you do that now?
The Hawaii Restaurant Association is the voice of Hawaii's restaurant and food service industry. So right now we're thanking the governor. We're now in and the Mayor Blanchiari, we're in tier 3. We want everyone to educate themselves on the vaccine. The more people that are vaccinated, the safer it will be for our community and for our businesses to get back to some kind of normalcy.
Thank you very much for showing up on our show and participating with us in this discussion. And I want to be clear, I'm coming down for lunch. I'll be down there and I will be available to work all afternoon, but
Sounds good. Sounds good. We'll be ready for you.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sheryl. Aloha, you guys.
Aloha.